Blessings, beautiful beings. Thank you so much for joining me today for practice. I have Sam. Fritz is here also. And we are going to start in a cross-legged seat. If you would like any props, then you can grab some yoga blankets, or if you don't have blankets, any blankets work. Blocks. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. You can always grab books or just anything like that. And then also, if you have a bolster that you'd like to use at the end of class, you can grab that as well. If you don't have any props, no worries, that is okay. You don't necessarily need them, but we'll come to start in a cross-legged seat. So if you do have a blanket that you'd like to use, you can throw that down on your mat, and then you can come and sit on it. And that's going to help to bring your hips up above your knees a little bit, and it's a little bit nicer on your knees. Now, this does not matter if you have a 70-pound dog that wants to come and sit on your lap. So take it however it works well for you. All right, so we are going to start practice kind of like we always do, just in a nice, comfortable seat. Palms can be up or down, completely up to you. Make sure to roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Sit up nice and straight. You can close down the eyes or soften the gaze. Again, whatever feels comfortable and safe to you, do that. Go ahead and let go of the day thus far that's happened. This practice today is really going to focus on just letting go. Go ahead and focus on your breath while you're here. Right now we are for a couple weeks out from Christmas. There's lots of craziness going on and hustle and bustle and trying to get everything done. And just taking this time for yourself is really important to let go of things that may not be going well. And this can happen anytime throughout the year when things are difficult. A lot of people are seeing family right now, and sometimes there's lots of hurt feelings and things that haven't been said or things that have been said, and sometimes we have to let those things go and let go of our expectations and things like that. Our expectations of what we wished things would be like, or expectations of how we wish things would go. So this practice is really going to bring us back into ourselves, allow us to move some energy, to let go of anything that isn't serving us and that isn't aligned to our highest selves, and just come back to our breath. So thank you for taking this time to join me today. If you are feeling really stressed and anxious and frustrated, you can use some mantras as you breathe in and breathe out to kind of help to change your mood. So as you breathe in, you can say something like, I breathe in joy. And then on your exhale, you can say to yourself, I breathe out peace. Or you can just say joy as you inhale, peace as you exhale. And you can say it quietly, or you can say it out loud, just again, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm hoping it's really windy today as I record this, so I'm hoping I don't lose power. But I'm just recording and I'm letting go of my need to control that because I can't control the weather. I breathe in joy. Breathe out peace. joy, peace. And you can inhale or exhale through the nose or mouth again, whatever feels comfortable to you. Let's do one more big inhale. Nice and full, filling up our lungs, our bellies, the side bodies, the side ribs. And then go ahead and exhale. You can even sigh it out if it feels good, just letting all of that go. Go ahead and let go of the breath and just breathe normally. If you'd like, you can open your eyes or refocus your gaze and you can look at little Sam here passed out. He's very zen out right now. He's letting go. He's the letting go master. All right, let's go ahead and warm up our necks a little bit before we go into practice. It's not going to be a super, things are fast paced enough already. Let's kind of bring this time to slow it down and focus our energy. So let's start out your neck circles really small, one way, and then gradually making it bigger. You can pretend there is a marker on the end of your nose and you're tracing a big circle, getting bigger and bigger. Make sure that you're not throwing your head back though, like just crazy. Keep some control in it. Don't let go entirely of your neck. And then let's go ahead and reverse. So I'm going to start out big, and then I'm going to take that marker on the end of my nose, and I'm going to gradually circle smaller and smaller and smaller until I come back to center. I think you're going to have to move. I'm sorry. Let's try this. If you have a puppy on you, let's remove them. You're okay there. You're going to have to move later though. All right, let's go ahead and warm up our spine a little bit. So go ahead and sit up nice and straight and tall. On an inhale, let's go ahead and take our left hand. We're going to place it on our right knee, and then take your right fingertips and swing them around behind you. Just your fingertips can be on the floor. So a big inhale up, or inhale, lengthen through the spine. Not a big inhale up, that's weird. And then on your exhale, go ahead and twist to your right. Don't force or crank it or muscle your weight into it. Really just naturally twist and breathe. On another inhale, you may sit up a little straighter. On the exhale, you may twist a little further. And if not, just go to where it feels right to you and your body today. Take one more big inhale. And on the exhale, let it all go. Come back to center. Take a couple breaths here. Compare both sides. See how you feel. All right, now our next inhale, let's take our right hand. We're going to place it on our left knee. We're not coming around to scratch a Sam. We're going to take our left hand, swing those fingertips behind you. Inhale, sit up nice and straight and tall, avoid a Fritz. Exhale, go ahead and twist to your left. And now, go lay down. Go lay down on your blanket. Go lay down on your blanket, please. Inhale, sit up nice and straight and tall. Exhale, journey into the twist. And then breathe. I'm looking out the window and the gusts are really like, it's crazy. But I'm letting go of worry, I'm letting go of anxiety. I can't control any of this weather, it's gonna be what it is, so I might as well do something else. So this is what I'm doing right now. I even have, let's take one more inhale here. And then exhale, return back to center, let it all go. There you go. Did you find the blankets? No, stay there. No. I should have talked to him. Now, go sit down. No, we'll lay back down on your blanket. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's take a couple breaths here and just feel how you feel in the back. I got this new little diffuser. It's very pretty if the lights are off. You can't really see it on here too well. But I have an essential oil in it called Surrender. I thought that was appropriate for today's practice. Just surrendering. It's okay. Go lay down, please. We'll find Fritz. See what Fritz is doing. Okay. All right. When you're ready, move dogs out of the way. Let's go ahead and journey forward. So we're going to journey into a tabletop position. I am not going to go forward because obviously that's not going to happen. So let's go ahead and turn. Come on, out of the way. Come on, out of the way. You guys can get out or you can lay on the blanket. Those are your choices. You can lay on the blanket or you can get out. I'm going to remove my blanket for now. If your knees are sensitive at all when we're coming into this tabletop position, feel free to still use the blanket to cushion your knees a little bit. I am on a hardwood floor, so a blanket is always nice, but it's not, or a towel or anything like that. You don't, and if you don't have any of those things, that's fine. If you're on carpet, it's fine too. Just use what you have. I am just here to guide you and to give you options. All right, so we're gonna come into our tabletop, nice and steady. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hip points, back nice and flat and straight. And then we're going to warm up the spine a little more. We did a little bit with the twisting, but we're going to do a little bit more with some spinal flexion. And if anyone has been practicing with me for a while, you probably know where we're going. All right. On your next inhale, go ahead and drop those lower ribs. Lift the head, lift the tail. Really feel a nice stretch through your chest. We're coming into a cow pose. Exhale, go ahead and round through the spine, tucking the tail, tucking the head, cat pose. Inhale, drop those lower ribs back down, lift the head, lift the tail, look forward, breathe in. Exhale, go ahead and round through the spine, tucking the head, tucking the tail, coming into a cow pose. Go ahead and do a few more rounds with your own inhales and exhales. If one posture feels really good to you, go ahead and stay in it. And as you do these cat-cows, really move from your heart space. What I mean is just lead with that. This is a really nice chest opener. You can come back in. All right, we'll do one more. So inhale, look forward, drop those lower ribs, lift the heart, lift the chest, lift the tail. Exhale, round through the spine, dropping the head, dropping the tail, letting it all go. And when you're ready, go ahead and return back to your tabletop position. All right, so we are getting nice and warm now. Let's go ahead. I'm eating my hair. My hair is attacking my face. All right, so from here, let's walk our palm prints just one handprint forward. So it won't be directly under our shoulders, so just one forward. And we're gonna tuck our toes under. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, go ahead and just lift the knees up, hovering tabletop, turning on our abs. Take one inhale here. And on an exhale, go ahead and straighten through the legs, shift the hips up, back, and down, coming into our first downward facing dog for today. Once you're here, you may want to walk your dog just by bending one knee and then straightening the other. You should feel a nice stretch through those calves, warming up through the legs, and breathe. And then when you're ready, go ahead and come to stillness. Oof, losing my shirt. All right, when you're here, really press through your thumb, your pointer finger, and your middle finger. And it's okay if your heels don't reach the ground. That's okay, they don't have to. And breathe. Feel a lot of length through your spine and through your hamstrings. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and look forward. We're going to make our way to the top of the mat. So you can jump, hop, step, float, however you'd like to get there. I'm going to take little baby steps to start because I'm still not super warmed up just yet. And then when you're here, you can bend your knees as generously as you would like. I'm going to fix my shirt here. I'm falling apart. It's okay. I will not let my shirt go and give everyone a show. It's not that kind of a channel. Okay, we're good now. All right, so this is a good place where if you have blocks or something to lift yourself up on, you can use blocks here. So mine right now are on the highest level, but you have options. You can come down to a medium level or to the floor, just depending on your flexibility and your strength for today. Make sure to keep a little bit of a bend in your knee. You don't want to lock your hips out. So you can have a little bit of a bend, and you should feel a nice stretch through your hamstrings. Inhale, come up halfway, nice flat back. Exhale, let it go, and breathe. We'll take one more big inhale here. And then on the exhale, go ahead and bend through the knees and then slowly, slowly, slowly roll all the way up to standing. Now, once you're there, you can fix your clothing like I need to because I was doing that upside down. That wasn't really working for me. You can lift your shoulders up, back, and down. Stand up nice and straight and tall, lifting up through the chest, coming into a really strong mountain pose. And breathe. Fritz, get out of there. This dog is into everything. You can't see him, but he's over there getting into things he should not get into. Really feel grounded into the earth below you. I know it's hard sometimes when things are going at you 100 miles an hour, but really taking this time to ground into the earth and feel that energy really stabilizing you, making you feel solid so you're not in the air, which is great because it's so windy out today. Really brings us back into ourselves. Okay. On your next inhale, let's go ahead and float our hands up towards the sky. Big inhale. Exhale, bend at the hips, shift the hips back, and we're going to let it all go back down into our forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway, flat back. Exhale, let it go. And breathe. We'll just take a few breaths here. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and make sure that your hands are planted firmly on the mat. You want to be nice and steady there. And then we're going to step our right foot back. Keep your left foot at a nice 90-degree angle. You should be able to see your big toe, so your knee shouldn't be coming in. And then make sure that your feet aren't on a tightrope. They should be on like parallel train tracks. Now from here, if you want to lower your foot down, you can, or your leg down, you can, or you can keep it lifted up. Yogi's choice. If you're having any problems, or if the floor is not as accessible to you here, you can use your blocks. But make sure you're pushing through that back heel, so it should be nice and engaged, and then you should still have a lift up in your chest. Make sure you're not collapsing and rounding down. No turtle shells here. And breathe. You should feel a nice stretch in those legs. Make sure that your left hip socket should be pulling back. Now from here, make sure your right hand is planted, nice and steady on the ground. And then on an inhale, we're going to turn towards our left. Now you might stay here, or you can lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. You'll feel a nice twist. And breathe. Make sure you're not collapsing through the neck. You should be in line with the spine still. You can look up at your hand. You can look down at your right hand. Make sure to keep breathing. One more big inhale. And then on the exhale, go ahead and lower that left arm to the mat. And then we're going to step our left toes back to meet our right toes. And we're going to come into our first plank pose of the day. Now, if you'd like, you can lower onto your knees and come into a half plank. Make sure that your back is nice and straight, or you can come into a full plank. If you're in a full plank, make sure you're pushing through the heels. Shoulders should be going left to right, back nice and straight. Make sure you're not dipping down through the hips and you're not raising up through the hips. And breathe. One more breath. And then on an exhale, you can either come to your knees and then lower down to your belly, or make your way all the way down to your belly in one piece. No belly flops, because that's not going to feel good. Go ahead and untuck your toes. Fingers in line with your rib cage. Elbows nice and back. Forehead to the mat. My forehead is not to the mat because otherwise I don't think you can hear me very well. And then on an inhale, slowly peel the nose forward and just look forward and breathe. Coming into a baby cobra to warm up through our upper back first. You'll have a chance to grow this in a little bit, but let's start out nice and low and slow. Take one more breath here. And then on an exhale, go ahead and lower your forehead to the mat. Now from here, we're going to tuck our toes. And on an inhale, you can push yourself up to a plank or push yourself to all fours and then come up into plank. Whatever is best in your body. All right, here we go. Inhale, coming back up to a plank. And then on your exhale, shift your hips up, back, and down, coming into your downward facing dog. And breathe. Now on your next inhale, look forward at your hands. We're going to lift our left leg up towards the sky. And then on an exhale, go ahead and bend through that left knee, shift forward, look forward. Then we're going to step our left foot in between our hands here. Again, you can lower the knee down, coming into a low lunge, or you can keep it up and it's still kind of a low lunge, but it's just a little bit of a higher low lunge. Again, you can use blocks to bring the floor up to you. Nice lift in the chest. Push through that back heel, front leg at a 90-degree angle. And actually, I'm going to switch my feet real quick. I'm going to bring my right leg up. I apologize. So do whichever leg you didn't do. I got myself turned around here. So I'm sending my left leg back, right knee forward. Woo. And breathe. I'm going to let it go that I messed that up. I'm letting it go. So you're seeing this in action. All right, when you're ready, make sure your left palm is planted nice and firm in the mat. And then you can turn towards the right side of your mat. Now your right hand can either stay on your knee, or you can lift that right hand up towards the ceiling, spiraling, twisting, and breathe. We'll take one more big inhale here. And then on an exhale, go ahead and return that right hand to the floor. And we're going to step that right foot back to meet the left foot, coming back into our plank pose for just a few breaths. Breathe here. One more breath. Nice big inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And then on an exhale, go ahead and lower it all the way down to the mat. All right. From here, on your next inhale, you'll slowly peel the forehead up, looking forward, coming into that baby cobra. If you would like to grow the practice, push through the hands and you can rise up into a full cobra. Make sure that your shoulders aren't coming up towards your ears if you're going up further. You want to make sure your shoulder blades are pressed nice and back and down. Your heart space should be coming forward. And if you feel any crankiness in your lower back, lower down a little bit. You don't have to come all the way up. Whew. And let's breathe. Let's take one more big inhale here. And then on an exhale, go ahead and lower it back down. Whew. Take a breath here. All right, let's go ahead and tuck our toes under. And then on your next inhale, we're gonna rise up into a plank again. So nice big inhale up to a plank. And then exhale, shift your hips up, back, and down, coming into that downward facing dog. And we'll just breathe here for a few moments. So the nice cooling posture. Your next inhale, look forward, and then we're going to make our way up to the top of the mat. So again, you can take baby steps, you can hop, jump, float, whatever feels good in your body today. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, let it all go, melt down into our forward fold. All right, from here, we're going to do something a little different. So I'm going to step my right foot back at kind of a 45-degree angle. So not super, actually, let me do my left foot first. I'm going to do my left foot, that way you guys can see me. I'm going to keep my right leg nice and straight. My left foot is back at a nice 45-degree angle. And then on an inhale, I'm going to use my core and come up to standing. So I'm in this nice little kind of pyramid posture here. So my feet are, so instead of like a side angle, so a side angle is when the knee is bent right here. So we're going to keep our leg nice and straight. Now you can stay here, or you can start to, you can come down, oops, halfway. Actually, let me grab my block here. The block will be easier. So I'm going to take a block. If it's in your posture or your practice to do a full pyramid, go ahead and do that. For those of you that have not practiced this before, definitely use a block or something to bring the ground up to you. It's going to make it a lot easier, and it's really going to engage your abs a lot more. So I'm going to bring my block to the inside of my right foot, and I'm just going to put my hand on it. And from there, I'm going to spiral my chest open and look up towards the ceiling. Now, if you'd like, you can raise your hand up to the ceiling, or you can just leave it on your hip. However, or you can bring it up overhead. However whatever you decide to do with this top left arm, just make sure that you're not collapsing in your chest and coming down. So I'm going to keep myself like this. Now, if you want to go into the full posture, you're going to bring your hand to the inside, or maybe your fingertips. I'm going to use my block, though, for today, because my inner thigh is a little tight. All right, and then we're just going to breathe here for a moment. Again, keep your neck nice and active. All right, and after that last breath, go ahead and bend through your right knee. I'm going to get rid of my block. I'm just going to push that off the mat real quick. I'm going to pivot on my left foot, maybe step it back a little bit. I'm going to come back into that lunge pose again, like I was in before. Once you're in the lunge, make sure that your palms are nice and firmly rooted into your mat, and then step your right leg back to meet your left leg. Coming back into that plank posture once again. Breathe. One more inhale here. And then on an exhale, let it all go. Coming back down to your mat. On your next inhale, go ahead and rise up into your cobra. Breathe. One more big inhale here. And then on an exhale, let it all go. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and tuck your toes. Then on your next inhale, let's go ahead and come up into a plank. And then on an exhale, we'll shift our hips up, back, and down, coming back into that downward facing dog. And breathe. On your next inhale, again, we're going to make our way up to the top of the mat so you can look forward at your hands. Then you can hop, jump, step, float, however you want to make it up to the top of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, let it all go. Forward fold. And breathe. All right, so after your next inhale, this time I am going to step my right foot back. So I won't switch it up on you this time. I'm going to step my right foot back. It's going to be kind of at an angle. And then again, I want to make sure that this left foot, or this left leg is nice and straight, but I don't want it locked down. I don't want to lock out of my knee. And then I'm going to bring my block to the inside of my left foot. Place my left hand on it. And then I am going to spiral to the long edge of my mat, coming into that nice pyramid posture. Again, your hand could be on your hip, could be up towards the ceiling, or it could be straight. Just make sure that you are getting a nice twist in your chest, and your chest is going up towards the ceiling. From here, breathe. Take one more big inhale here. And then on an exhale, go ahead and bend through that left knee. We're going to pivot on those right toes, coming back into our lunge. When you're ready, step your left foot back to meet your right foot, coming back into a nice plank posture. We're going to breathe here. This is our last plank. Let's make it our best one yet. One more big inhale here. And then on an exhale, we'll lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, look forward, coming into that cobra posture. Breathe. One more inhale here. And then on an exhale, let it all go. All right, so we're gonna tuck our toes under one more time. Inhale, we'll power up into a plank. Exhale, lift the hips up, back, and down, downward facing dog. And breathe here for just a moment. Take one more big inhale here. And then on the exhale, you can sigh it out. Just let everything go. Just. Right, good job. So when you're ready, go ahead and lower your knees to the mat. You can swing your legs to one side, whichever side you like. And then straighten the legs out in front of you. Woo. Gotta fix my hair. It's getting into my face once again. All right. Whew. Okay. Letting it all go. Okay, so from here, let's stretch out our hamstrings a little bit more. You can start out with your knees bent if you'd like. On an inhale, reach forward towards the sky. And on an exhale, go ahead and reach forward towards your toes. Now, if your hands don't meet your toes, that's okay, or your bottoms of your feet, that's okay. You can grab a pant leg or your knees. Go to where it feels comfortable to you. Now, if you're here, you can work to straighten your legs and come forward. And again, if you don't, you can grab your ankles, you can grab the bottoms of your feet, you can grab a pant leg. You might just come here. Go to what feels good to you today. So take an inhale and then exhale. You can round through the spine and just let it go. Let your head drape over. Go to wherever feels comfortable to you. Just make sure you're not pulling or muscling your way into a posture. Take one more big inhale. And an exhale. And then go ahead and roll all the way back up to a nice seated position. Okay, so we're going to do a few more twists. So from here, leave your left leg extended out on the mat and just bend your right knee in. Now we're going to take our left arm, or our left inner elbow, and hook that around your knee. Take your right fingertips, swing them around behind you. So inhale, sit up nice and straight. Exhale, turn towards the right, this long edge of your mat, and breathe. So kind of like we did before, at the beginning when we were seated. Make sure you're not forcing or cranking anything. Take one more big inhale here. And then on an exhale, let it all go. You can straighten your right leg back out. Maybe give them a shake, windshield wiper the feet a little bit. And take a couple breaths here and compare both sides. We're doing a lot of twists, wringing out those organs, getting rid of any energy that, again, is not serving us, that maybe just stuck in the body. We're going to get rid of it. We're going to flush it out so that way we are fresh and ready to focus and do what we need to do. We don't want to be held back from old things that no longer serve us. Getting rid of that old stuff makes space for newer, better things that are more aligned to you to come in. So let's get rid of that old junk. All right, when you're ready, let's bend our left knee. Place our foot on the mat. We're going to take our right inner elbow, hook that around that left knee. Take our left fingertips, spin them around behind us. Inhale, sit up nice and straight. Exhale. Let's move into our twist. Keep breathing while you're here. Make sure you're not collapsing again through the chest, so sit up nice and straight and tall. And you should feel a nice stretch through your upper back body, or at least that's where I'm feeling it. All right, let's take one more big, deep inhale. And then on an exhale, let's go ahead and let it all go. Whew. Again, you can windshield wiper the legs if you'd like, or your feet. Shaking it all loose. Fritz. All right, we're gonna go roll down onto our back so you can bend through the knees, or actually leave your feet extended out. So however you want to get down to your back. Make sure your shoulder blades are underneath you. We're gonna do one more twist, just one more. Let's see, let's go ahead and bend our right knee into our chest. So we'll take just a couple breaths here. right, and then when you're ready, go ahead and extend your arms out to a big T. Inhale, and then on an exhale, bring that right knee across the midline over towards the left. I like to take my foot and just place it on the inside of my left leg. If you do that, make sure that your foot is not on your knee. From here, you can leave your left arm extended, or if you'd like a little more, you can just gently place it on that right knee, just for some added pressure. Make sure that your right shoulder blade is still on the floor though. You don't want that lifting up. And then you can turn and look at your right fingertips, or straight ahead, or towards the left, whatever feels good in your body, and breathe. You should feel a nice twist in your lower spine here. And again, if this doesn't feel good to you, don't go as deep in the twist. Come out a little bit. Take one more big inhale here. And then on an exhale, go ahead and return it back to center and extend that right leg out. Take a couple breaths here again. Observe both sides. So my left side feels tighter than my right side. My right side feels nice and long. My left side feels kind of bunched up. That's the best way I can describe it, is bunched up. Nice yoga term there, huh? Bunched up. All right, when you're ready, let's go ahead and bring our left knee into the chest. Just take a nice little stretch here. Breathe. And after your next exhale, go ahead and come back to that T with your arms. And then we're going to take our left bent knee, and we're going to bring that over to the right side. Again, make sure your left shoulder blade is still on the mat. You can bring your right hand and place it gently on that knee. Don't push, don't force, just be gentle with your body. And then if you'd like, you can turn to look out at your left fingertips. And breathe. We'll take one more deep inhale. And then exhale, sigh it out, let it all go, and let's come back to center and extend out that left leg. From here, we'll move into our final pose, Shavasana, corpse pose. So bring your feet or your legs as wide as the mat. Let your feet drop out away from you. You can bring your arms out to a nice 45-degree angle, palms up, down, or even maybe your pinkies pressing on the ground. Again, whatever feels good to you. You can snuggle your shoulder blades up under your heart space, lifting up through the chest. And if it feels good to you, you can soften your gaze or even close your eyes. Now feel free to grab any pillows to put underneath your legs if that feels good to you or it is in your practice, or any blankets if it's cold where you're at and you might want to cover up to be comfortable. Get into your most comfortable position. And we're going to take some time here just to breathe. Feel the nutrients of our practice just move through our bodies, flushing out anything old that is no longer serving us, and we're going to leave it here on the mat. So that way when we walk up off of this mat at the end of practice today and back into real life, we have room for what is more aligned to our highest selves. We're not going to be bogged down by a bunch of junk that we don't need and that isn't serving us. We're letting that old stuff go. Go ahead and stay in Shavasana a little bit longer. Um, the card I pulled for practice today was Antelope Spirit. Life is speeding up. Definitely is with this holiday season. So the message today is, do you feel how fast the world is changing? Like everything is moving at warp speed? It's hard to control desired outcomes or set fixed goals because by the time you actually get there, you will actually have moved beyond it. Now is the time to let go and enjoy the exhilarating ride as intentions you have set in motion in the past are coming into form with lightning speed. Your job is to stay the course even if the pace feels dizzying. You may find that you will change your mind a half dozen times or more as you improve your offerings, and that is just fine. Make peace with the pace, for if you ride this quickening energy, you will solve challenges quickly and effortlessly instead of being bogged down. The best way to use this energy is to let go of worry and stay mindfully present as you continue to take action. Also, if something is not going to be in your best interests, no matter how badly you want it, Antelope will quickly remove it so you can move towards what is truly meant for you. If something is taken away, be grateful and keep moving. This is not the time to sit still, but to breathe deeply as you move forward with velocity. If you'd like to stay in Shavasana, stay as long as time allows you. If you need to get on with the rest of your day and you're ready to come up off the mat, then go ahead and slowly start to deepen your breath. Start to wiggle fingers and toes, waking up the body. And then place both of your feet flat on the mat, bending your knees. When you're ready, you can go ahead and roll to your favorite side, coming into a little fetal position for just a moment, just for a couple breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly press yourself up to seated, bringing the head and neck up last. So thank you so much for joining me for practice today. I really, again, truly appreciate it. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button. Also, if this is helpful to you and you get enjoyment out of it, please subscribe to my channel. I'll put the link here, or maybe here. I don't know where it's going to be. It's going to be in one of these two places. Maybe here. Maybe here. I don't know yet. I always think I know and it goes away. So please make sure to subscribe. Please like and comment if you have any suggestions. And please share my channel, the Patreon channel, and my YouTube channel with anyone that you think would also find value in this. This helps me to continue to make these yoga flows going forward. Again, I'm so grateful for you. I'm grateful that we had this time to practice. I did not lose power. So I hope everyone has a safe night and week ahead, and I will see you back here before Christmas. Namaste.